So here's a bit of a different video for you. This just arrived today. This should be a Brother KH820, the very first automatic punch card machine Brother made. The very first 24 stitch automatic punch card machine, as far as I know, and hopefully it's arrived without any damage. So let's take this packaging off and we'll find out. Now, I forgot this is actually known as a Jones, but it is still Brother basically. It was known, at least in the UK, as Jones in the early days. So they have put a bit of extra padding on the end caps here, so we'll find out if they've survived. That's what I was worried about the most on this machine. Looks okay. A bit scratched and things, and a bit of tape residue, but tape residue can be removed. Cracks and breakages cannot. So far this side being okay, and if it is, then I'll be happy with it. Seems okay. Excellent. So a bit of a closer inspection off camera, everything looks fine. Interesting that this is a bit dirty, but it's not really picking up very well even in natural light on camera. But this case is actually green. It's got a green tinge to it, which after cleaning you'll probably see it better. It'll probably look, you'll be able to see it more in artificial light because it's bright out here. So let's undo the latches, which don't look to be rusted, which is good. I asked the seller to put a bit of tape over the tool compartment box just to prevent everything moving around. Okay, looks okay so far. The carriage lock wasn't on the photo, and I showed them where it was in it because it was in the accessory box, and I showed them the picture from the manual saying this is where this piece goes, because if this carriage was allowed to slide around and the courier being careless picking it up, the carriage could slide into the end of the machine here while the case is on and smash the end right off, and they wouldn't want that. So here we are. Now this has spring needles, so this model would probably take a garter carriage. I believe some 820s will, not all of them apparently, and I don't think any of the 830s will take a garter carriage, but this one, judging by the needles being springy like that, it should work. Let's pop this off. Any residue I can clean off afterwards. Could have used masking tape or something, which would have been easier to remove, but anyway. Oh, that took a minute to get off. It has left a bit of residue, but I can remove that later. So, judging by the inside of this, it hasn't really lost too much of its colour. It's pretty good. You usually tell if you compare the inside of the tool tray or something to the outer casing, you can tell it's discoloured, but this one looks okay. Most people wouldn't bother them, but since I sort of accumulate machines, I like to have the ones that are in nice condition. So we've got a 1x3 and a 1x2. I believe the 820, interestingly, only comes with 2 transfer tools. Well, this one's got several more, but I don't think these look like Knitmaster ones. I imagine these two are the Brother ones, and those ones are Knitmasters because it's got the little pattern on it. I remember I've had a Knitmaster machines before with these tools. Never seen a Brother with those, so I imagine these two are the original. Needle pusher, spare needles in a very vintage looking case, which is nice. Latch tool and the cleaning brush. The wax, which looks like it's never been used by the looks of it. Got the little punch card holder thing which slides in at the back there somewhere. Like that, I think. If it's a long card, it helps support it. Cable needle for hand knitting, don't know why that's in there. Crochet hook with a little pick tool on the end, which is original. 2 floor weights, which are looking very good shape. The original ravel card, again, doesn't look like they've used that. Bit of a vintage yarn band here, which was, what was this? Robin Trisel nylon pearl, is it a pearl? Equal to 4 ply. Got the card snapped. Bottle of oil, which has never been opened. Oh yes, it has been opened. And 2 clamps. One of them's lost in there for some reason, but that should be. Like that. Like that. There's the other one. I thought these are usually like slightly different colour, the later ones, but according from other ones I've seen, they are original. Again, most people that are looking for a machine aren't bothered about things like this, but because I'm quite a passionate machine knitter and I collect different machines, having nice original ones is fun. So that's the toolbox. So quite typical of most people that own machines like this, they never put the things back in the lid as they're supposed to be, especially this. But anyway, very retro looking cast on combs. It does seem to have both of them. The older ones didn't come with that the long one that separates into 2 pieces. It came with a long one and a short one. I've got the long one, which fortunately doesn't appear to be bent. There's a few little bent hooks at the end, but we can put those right. And we've got the short one. Lovely green, isn't it? Love this green colour. You've got the add-on row counter, which will go there like that. Seems to work. I've got these, I think these are from a Knitmaster 321. I remember having a 321 that had this. It was for steaming your welts. You had this bar here that you put your welt through and these 2 clamps that held it onto the edge of the table, so you could steam your mock rib basically. I don't think those are original to this machine. Got a dusty and mucky looking sinker plate, but it all seems to be there. Brushes on it are in good shape. It's so retro, isn't it? I love it. You think, why on earth, Alex, would you want this when you've got a fabulous Brother 970? Well, it's just interesting, isn't it? I like old things. It's nice to have a bit of variety. Got the lace carriage, which, unlike later ones, even the 830, the model after this, it had the fine lace and normal lace switch. Well, this 820 doesn't have that. Much older. Still plastic underneath. I was expecting this to be in an older one. It'd be metal underneath, but no, it's still plastic. You see how dirty it is. Look at that. Way, nearly dropped it on the floor then. I would be crying if that happened. And we've got, finally, I think, well, not finally, there's something else. If I can get it out of this box. There we go. the yarn mast. Looks good. Not bent or anything missing. This is interesting, that looks shorter, that piece, than it would have been on later models. You know, the yarn guide at the top there. And finally, this should be the, yeah, two extension rails. So it's all there, which I'll put back in the lid properly until I get round to cleaning it, which will probably be tomorrow afternoon because I'm off work tomorrow. So yeah, the carriage looks good. Just needs a good clean, doesn't it? They never removed this sticker thing here. I believe other versions sold in other parts of the world of the 820, like in the US, it would have said Brother on it there, but I think up until the 830 came out, they were known as Jones, but it is the same company. All the buttons work, fantastic. So much better quality that's sounding than my 970. Hold and no hold, everything moves. KC, it might mispattern this, but again it will need stripping out and cleaning, which I'm capable of doing, so I'm not worried about that. You'll notice there's only normal and KC on this earlier version. No carriage release, because your carriage release is actually here. You push these back, I believe, and the carriage, yeah. Well, it would do if I'd removed the bloody carriage lock. And that, you can remove the carriage then. So that's a bit different, interesting. Feels so well made, this machine. But yeah, it's all there, nothing's broken. It's in good shape, it's just dirty and needs a clean, basically. It's weird because it's not actually meant to be white, like the late 90s ones and things and late 80s Brothers were like pristine white, whereas these were like an off-white colour. It's hard to describe. Sort of like a cream, I suppose. Oh yeah, all works. Everything needs a bit of oil, but even as is, it's been stored well. Sometimes if they've been stored for a long time on its end machine, the bed can actually warp and you'll find it very hard to move the carriage, but as you can see, this is okay. So yeah, there you go, first look at this fabulous old Brother 820. If you want me to do a video of restoring it or anything, I can do. Let me know what you think, or I'll just show it you. If not, I'll just show it you once I've cleaned it up, and I'll do a bit of a demo video with it. But yeah, there is my new to me, Brother KH, or Jones KH 820. Brother's first 24 stitch punch card machine. Thanks for watching and take care.